Hello there, I'm the John, and welcome to a new video. So there are new pictures, footages of Clive playing in Tekken 8. And while we wait for the tomorrow Tekken talk, which is gonna be very long. I mean, I think Mara is gonna have a lot to translate if they are not gonna go with subtitles. Well, we saw finally a mirror match, actual gameplay of Clive, and there is a lot of information we can gather from this. So I'm gonna go into a slow replay with you of this match between these two developers that you see on the right of the screen, just on the left of Clive. The one on the bottom being, I'm sorry, I don't remember the name, but basically the one on the bottom is the leader of the Clive development in Tekken, and the one above is the combat system developer manager or something like that. So yeah, and both they are actually, well, obviously the Tekken developer is a Tekken player, but the one above as well, the Final Fantasy developer, is a Tekken player himself, and you will see is actually rocking a Razor Panther. Without no further ado, let's jump into it. Okay, take two. I already recorded probably more than half of a video, and well, I didn't press play, so well guys, we are here. By the way, thank you for being back. If you like my stuff, please consider pressing the red button. We finally achieved 1,000 subscribers. The next target is 5,000. Yeah, thank you so much for the support, and don't bother with the bell. I don't want to bother you with these things. So what we see here so far, nothing really. This is the first big thing that we can see. This is like probably, I think is running 2. Let's see. Pum pum. Yeah, this is definitely running 2, probably into stance and guaranteed follow-up. What we can notice here that the iteration with this running 2 is different than the usual one. It's like, it looks like a probably the best reach demon pole just with a running input. The transition into stance. But the difference between like Reina's, for instance, or the classic one like Jin and Kazuya, or even Fang, you could say, is that it's not an hit engager, or in the case of Reina's, it doesn't leave you standing, it knocks you down. In my opinion, this is good, because it doesn't force you to keep on taking mix-ups. You just take your guaranteed follow-ups and that's it, and it looks like, to me, that it doesn't give you a wall splat. Exactly. So it doesn't even give you a wall splat with a follow-up. Power crash, probably high. So that's very good of me. I think it's less oppressive. And here is the really first big thing that we see. This is actually the move that made me decide to do this video. Down back 4. Now we can see that he has the Lars and Yoshi down back 4. You can see it here. And BAM! Low unseeable counter launcher. Very strong tool to have. Very strong tool to have in a game like Tekken 8, where basically you are usually pressing more than used to do in the previous iterations of the game. The thing that I would like to show here is that it looks like it doesn't have the same high crush property as the other down back fours like Yoshi and Lars, because it looks like it stays a bit more above the ground. That's probably a punish. Mid counter launcher, this is probably gonna be punishable, I'm assuming. I'm assuming it's counter launcher, or maybe it's like 1+2 from Lars, so it's just a natural launcher. 1-1 into down 2. Down 2. I don't expect this to be a counter launcher this time, as already having down back 4, which I'm expecting it to be launch punishable. Having already down back 4 doesn't usually makes you have another tool that works in the exact same way. So I'm expecting it to be minus, but no counter launcher. Mid. By the way, yeah, this gameplay is very suboptimal. And I said it already, I love how they use the different icons. It goes for the sweep. I love how they use the icons in this game. They iterated them in Tekken, like they kept the identity of the icon itself and incorporated into Tekken moves, and that's great. Like the power crush is the best instance of it. What I'm not a fan of so far, but then you have to see how the character is actually gonna play when you play actually more competitive gameplay. is that the amount of showing of these icons that you have in the game. It looks like every 2 moves, one needs to be an icon one, and it feels a bit too much. That's what I'm not a fan of. But apart from that, I love like the power crushes. I'm in love with them. But then when I see him flying with Bahamut, I'm not as much of a fan yet. So what we have here, we have the stance into Hell's Whip, block for a stagger, and he goes for a punish, and we get the first round. We go into round 2. In the previous dev talk, they said that his jump is not a high jump, it's just a normal jump. But I swear to God, with this animation, to me, it looks like a higher jump. It looks like his airtime is longer. And it's probably the animation itself, that the vortex that comes down from him, is fooling me. But it really gives me the vibe. It goes for the neutral hop kick. Yeah, nothing much to be said. He gets a floating, he doesn't get the combo, they probably don't know the moves. And this is the Hell's Whip from stance. It doesn't look like... No, it probably wall splats, definitely wall crushes. Goes for the launcher, probably 15 frame launcher. I'm expecting it to be guaranteed. Cinematic enders, like all of the stuff that he has, it's a cinematic ender. He goes again for the Hell's Whip, and oh, that's cool. Give them credit, the animation on that is cool. With the handle of the sword directly into the stomach. 15 frame launcher while standing, probably while standing too. Sick looking move. Cannot say that, sick looking move. I agree, I just can say sick looking move. Then we go, Pro is gonna do some 2-2-2 combo. Okay, just the 3 hits, sends away. Now here I'm curious. Okay, he is heavily minus. This is probably punishable. It's the first time we see this claw coming out, where he puts away his sword, backdashes away. That's a high. Mid. Orbital no launching, but forces crouch. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. This is the kind of situation when you see the guaranteed follow-up intake Angel coming in. This is what I expect from this move, probably. It's something that they added a lot into Tekken. It wasn't that much into Tekken 7. In Tekken 8, every character has some of those. And you have basically heavily plus frame that are not guardable, and you get a guaranteed follow-up. Usually is a hit engager, especially because orbitals usually they are very rewarding in this game, and you don't get a launcher, you definitely get he moves way earlier. So I'm assuming here team foil hat. Here, yeah, you move in advance. Here you can get a follow-up. Some kind of follow-up. Not necessarily a hit engager, but some kind of follow-up you can get. Even just a 10 frame or something. Goes for the throw. The throw animation is sick. It's like you have the Torgal playing wrestling. And here you see, and here I think we can clearly say now you have the answer to my question. Is down back 4. Trying to see it here. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go just a bit slower just for this. Just for this. You can see frame by frame. I won't try to understand. Yeah, the hitbox already started. So yeah, I'm down back 4, probably high crushes, even if it doesn't look like completely. So it's gonna create a lot of upsets. Gets a full launcher, screws up the combo, and he goes for his Ifrit slash, which is it's probably his 13 frame punish. Looks like. It looks like it's gonna be probably a 13 frame punish wall splat. Makes sense, it fits the game. And then a random jump, yeah, we can go forward. What do we have next? 2-2. It's probably his 10 frame punish, or one of his 10 frame punish. Going for the power crush, gets the throw, yeah, we can skip above, and here I wanted you. Now this move scares me. How many times you saw this kind of slides having a lot of properties on counter it? Now, if this slide doesn't do anything apart giving you some plus frame, like a +1, an easy +1, +2, you know, maybe a +4 or 5 on counter it, I'm fine with it. But if he has some kind of push it where he counter launches or anything, this slide is gonna be a freaking nightmare. This slide is your this is your safer alternative for your low from stance. You don't have only an L sweep, you have a slide as well. A power crush, probably coolest looking power crush in the game. I love that. And power crush, heavily minus, probably -9 is a high. 4-4 into kind of ender, probably is this mid safe-ish alternative. Just jumping around, stance into the same move. And what do we have? That was his 15 frame launcher. Down back for nice sidestep. And he goes for the Rage Art. Rage Art is very cool looking. We're gonna skip it for now. For roll, mesh something. While standing 4 goes into stance. Wow. While standing 4s, which is probably his 11 frame punch, goes into stance. So very easy way to regain your momentum. And just go skip the neutral. Go directly into the oppression once you block something that is like not that minus on a low, some kind of safer low. And it goes for the Ifrit slash is apparently a hit engager. But we saw this earlier, wasn't a hit engager. What did we see? Where did we see? Okay, I went to double check earlier. The Ifrit slash was an hit engager earlier as well. We didn't notice it because it was a killing blow. That's why we haven't noticed it. Okay, we go back at the Rage Art. Rage Art is super cool, guys. And don't get me wrong, I like Clive and everything. I just think it's a bit too over the top for Tekken. That's it. That's an old soul point of view. Ifrit slash Integager plus 1,000,000. We all know the drama. Goes for the mid kick. And that's it. The mid kick looks like Negan's, honestly. He places his sword on his shoulder. Ah, looks like Negan. He's not a martial artist. And they said it, they animated him in a way where they didn't want him to look like a martial artist because he's not a martial artist. He's like a knight, or I don't know what it is. So I'm expecting the stacks the installs to be way more achievable because they go up to 5. Is it a taunt here or a parry? It's just that they're playing ultra suboptimal here. It's like this is more to see some moves property and some of the move list of the character rather than see optimal gameplay. When they do this kind of Tekken devs, Tekken talk, they never do optimal gameplay. What do we have here? Dig jab. Is that a standing move? Wait a second, that was... Okay, so when you use Odin moves, you can see it goes to Odin. You see the stack going up here. Look at this. Pump. 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 And it goes up, and it goes up quite substantially. So the Zantetsuken at 5 is basically another hit smash. Basically, that's the damage it does. And this is another thing I noticed, like every kind of icon has got these different Tekken mechanics integrated. Like the big punch is the power crushes, Bahamut is more the projectiles things, and which is the wingy guy. Odin, which is the kind of electric scepter, is the install. And the claw that we saw, the orbital, actually does chip damage. So I'm expecting the claw moves to be the one that do chip damage. And the doggo, I don't know, it's the doggo, sometimes is cute and pops in. Yeah, that one looks like it was Platz, if you're back towards the wall. Goes for the launcher, 2-2-2 combo. Ah, by the way, I'm waiting for the next buff on Twitch with this one. I don't think it's gonna be as strong as Eti, but it's gonna get somewhere as well. Lot of damage, honestly, for very simple combo. Ifrit Slash. And we go with the Phoenix. And that's, again, what was the cinematic Ender did earlier, I believe. This is... Don't tell me... Okay, this wasn't a counter launch. This wasn't a counter hit. But this to me looks like the kind of string that on counter it is the guaranteed engager that does way too much damage. And I really hope it's not the case. Because I really don't like those kind of things. Okay, we got the puppy. The puppy transforms as well. Farrier, I think it's called. While standing, what is it? While standing 3+4? Don't think it's while standing 4. We are at the final round. Nice sidestep. And 1-2 for his 10 frame punish. Power Crush. This is his mid Power Crush. Is that an Eat Engager? Let's see. It doesn't look like. I don't see any aura out of his punch. No, it's not an Eat Engager, but it's a mid. Probably minus on block. Power Crush. Oh, it was going for the Odin. Down 2. Down for 1. Down for 1-2. 1+2 probably. Or down for 1-2-2. Yeah, here, this one, come on, this one looks like defensing orbital. This must give you something guaranteed. It's probably a 10 frame or something. Hit burst. 1-1 into throw. They showed only this throw. I didn't see the other throw, all these throws yet. I'm curious to see them. They're gonna be over the top animated. Into the slide. While standing 2. Oh, that's the other throw. This reminds me a lot of the ultimate move of Bud Fear in Final Fantasy XII. Oh no, sorry, it's Bash. It's Bash ultimate, the first ultimate move. It does this exact beam into the game. He goes for the wire running 2, which is heavily positive. Was this a mid? He pressed. I mean, I'm pretty sure that this guy is the Tekken developer and he's pressing on a heavily minus move. It's like, why, dude? You know, you get hit by that, you have to wait. These people play Tekken. I mean, they're probably just put up a show. They're just playing for playing. Ifrit Slash into Rage Art. It's gonna get block. Punish. No, down back 4. And he goes for, well, it's probably a 12 frame punish. And we have the game. So, we got some gameplay, guys. Go watch it yourself at full speed. I think it's very interesting to watch. You can see, maybe you can get some glimpse of what I haven't noticed, but what we can notice here is that looks like every single icon has his own, like they said, it has his own kind of property, and it looks like it really goes a lot into that. I think the down back 4 is it's going to be a very strong keep out tool, as he always is, with a high crush property. Yes, 2 power crush as well, a mid and a high. The high probably being safe, and still have to understand this orbital if he gives you a guarantee follow up. I'm very curious to see that. And overall, my take on the character is still like I'm very indecisive between the two. I have things that I like of this character, and there are things I really don't like of this character. Let me be clear. I think that from an aesthetic point of view, apart the medieval look, just for how the artistic style is of how the human physiology of the character is recreated in the original game, fits very well Tekken. Is the same. Like if you put Jin with a medieval armor in Final Fantasy 16, it will not look bad. That's why I think Clive's fit. Like for instance, Sakurai looked way too cartoonish in Tekken 7. Then we got used to it, but still, it wasn't as a natural fit. Like his hands as well, the proportion of his hands was readapt, or his feet was readapt. It was still the Street Fighter one, so it felt a bit like odd, even to represent like a demonic human. While he just perfectly fits, and that's what they did. They took his model and they just put it there and they worked on it. They didn't have to recreate the model. They took it from Square Enix and put it there. The over-the-top stuff, I think, is a bit too much, but we'll still have to get used to it, I'd say. I honestly think the character is gonna sink in well into the long... At the end, if you into the long game, is gonna sink in well into the game. But at the same time, I still understand the point where kind of more OG fan like me, they might struggle to accept it a bit more than the rest. But overall, to be completely fair with you, looking at the numbers of his reveal trailer, the guy is being quite successful. You have to give him credit, because this is something that I was looking at earlier. So if we go look at Clive trailer, at the moment is sitting at, says 1 million here. Exactly is 1.03 million views. Okay. Obviously, Heihachi is the big winner. The Heihachi trailer is about 1.5. Yeah. It's 1.52. If we go to Lydia ones, Lydia has been out for a while now. Lydia is on 1.2. So it's not that many more. It's a 6 months old trailer. So I'm expecting Clive to reach around these numbers probably. But the most surprising one, if you go to ID, that's how people loves this guy. It didn't even reach 1 million. So I was think at the end of the day, even if I say like, even if I'm not on the very much cheerish side of Clive, I cannot say that Clive isn't in somehow quite having his own share of success. Looks like he's working. We'll see after they release it. There is a Tekken talk coming out tomorrow. I might get the chance to watch it before I go to work. Honestly, it's probably gonna make me fall asleep again, because the Tekken talk are usually very, very, very boring. But apart from that, let me know what you think what you think about Clive. Which side are you on? Because for now, Clive is very divisive. Are you happy to see Clive in Tekken? Are you happy you're happy to see a character like him? Or you are more like, no, I would prefer someone more grounded and less sparky, or just Tifa? Let me know down below. But apart from that, you have been awesome as always. I have been the John, and I'll see you next time. Ciao!